Heaven's Country, take it from the top. Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I know we normally do the morning show, but we have a brand new feature for you here once a month that we're going to do this special show for you. It's the Positive Cowboy Jim Sheldon with Marty Smith here on Heaven's Country. Hi there.
Hi there, Marty. How are you, sir?
Good to see you.
I haven't seen you since last year. Where you been?
It's like forever.
I know.
I think it was in, where was it? Toys for Tots.
That's right.
Yeah. And
that was it.
I came back. I got super sick.
Yeah.
And I had walking pneumonia.
And yeah. You did.
Then I had, because I had the knee replaced, and then a walking pneumonia. And I had some coughs there in West Plains. I was supposed to see you in Branson.
Hey, you were?
And didn't make it.
No.
So,
well, it's probably a good thing. You were sick.
I was sick. But it's good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Been a long time, but wow. Here we are in 2026.
2026.
It's hard to believe.
Wow.
My goodness. You've now been here, what, 4 years?
4 years. We've been here 4 years.
Wow.
And can't believe it. That went fast.
Yeah, and in May, Jeanette and I will be in Scottsville 3 years.
Yeah, because this time you followed me. You're stalking me.
I know. I try to play checkmate. Okay. I drew the line in the sand. This is as far as you go.
This is it, buddy.
Can't go no far.
Well, we've got something that we're doing once a month here, and the goal is this. We want you to know what's happening with the Positive Cowboy, Jim Sheldon, and where he's going to be, concerts that he's doing, events that he'll be doing, all sorts of things. And this way, it just kind of keeps you in touch with the Positive Cowboy and what's happening, and also a chance for you to really reach out and say, hey, I want to get to know you more, Positive Cowboy. So with this monthly podcast that we do, they're going to get to know who you are.
Yeah, and have people maybe text to you or write you any kind of questions that you'd like you to ask me or things to know about me. I'm pretty much what you see, but God has taken 72 years to will me into the shape that I'm in, and of course, so and it's mostly just trying to share who I am, who I've become in God, and things that I've learned in the 72 years of life, and how I was thinking on the way here, the longer I live, the more I see how true God really is.
Amen to that.
It's all around us, and sometimes we don't see it. And I think you have to be of age to look back.
Yeah.
When we're young, we think we know it all, or we're fresh and everything is new to us. But we realize there's a whole lot of history that happened before we were born, and still we catch up, and then we look back on our lives and say, wow, yeah, he was right. That was true. That's something that, I remember that happened. Look at me now,
Yeah.
And so that's what these will be about. And again, get to know me, in this new high-tech world. I'm an old dog trying to learn a new trick. And so all I know I do is stand in front of the microphone and sing and speak. And so I'll let Marty handle all the tech stuff.
I hope I do it right.
He's the high-tech, low-neck, redneck. I'm the low-tech, redneck.
Yeah. Redneck is right. That's it.
And I'm the low redneck. Low-tech.
Well, it's going to be fun, and this is a chance for you as you watch, and you can do the replay as well. Ask questions and write them up for the next one. Once a month we'll do this. We'll let you know when it's happening. It's the Positive Cowboy Jim Sheldon with Marty Smith here on Heaven's Country. And we're going to do this once a month. I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to it.
That
way
excited.
You look forward to it. And every month we come together and there's new stuff in. This year I really expect a kind of a coming out, so to speak. We've gone through COVID and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You moved, I moved, and things like that. Now things are kind of in a set mode now, and so I'm excited to see the new year, everything I'm about, everything we're about, and there are already some things lining up, and I've changed some of my way of doing things, just trying to growing and being closer to people and being out more, and sharing. So.
Well, you bring up a good point. 4 years ago, I got out here. Now you're here, and it's funny how the Lord brought us out to this area.
Yes.
I was, and you know where I lived in Durango. That was going to be my retirement home. It was I thought that that's where I was going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And boom, here we are. God has a sense of humor. Got me here. But then what happened was about a year later, we were talking and you said, the Lord's telling me I've got to get closer. And so we're going to make that move. And you did. And it happened so fast.
Yes.
It was incredible.
Yeah, same with us. Like I said, our family had kind of decreased with my mom going to heaven 6 years ago. And Jeanette's daughter 4 years ago. And so the vision we thought we had for our place in Stanford was not. I'm thinking that was a time and a chapter God knew we needed, and now that's not needed. Everything evolved to where we are now, Nashville and everything, and so it makes sense. It's amazing. I tell my church folks Sunday. I mean, I've been driving through that area every twice a month, all the time. On 31E, right
Yeah.
through Scottsville, not knowing anything about it area, stopping gas on the way to Gallatin and everything else. Here I'm living there,
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing,
Just amazing.
It's all
wow.
just so to get closer to what God's doing, to be united with other people we work with, and to actually to control what God gives me. So it's done.
Very true. So if you're just tuned in, it's the Positive Cowboy, Jim Sheldon, with yours truly, Marty Smith. And we're here on Heaven's Country. We're going to talk about some exciting things coming up this year. And you're going to be in a lot of places. You've already got a few set up, and we'll talk about that. But first, I wanted to kick off with a song here that I love. And it actually did really good on the Christian country charts. It's called Yes, He Did. We're going to play that.
Yes.
And we're going to get into this. So if you guys have any questions, ask away. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, put your questions down, and we'll be sure to answer those for you. So let's get things going here. And I'll let you know what's going on here and how things are going. But we want to play this song for you. And once again, it's Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy. Yes, He Did, on Heaven's Country. Take it from the top.
At the age of 18, found myself on the road to Calvary, wondering if the Lord would save sinners such as me. Kneeling there before Him, I was scared and all alone, knowing for the things I'd done that He would be my home. But when I said I'm sorry and I asked if He'd forgive, but He did, oh Lord, yes He did. He forgave me of my sinful past, says go and sin no more. He set my feet on a righteous path that leads to heaven's shore. He showed me how the Christian life is life abundantly. When we stand upon His word, let Him daily live. Looking back, I'm still amazed at what He did so I could live. But He did, oh Lord, yes He did. 'Cause He walked with me and found that I can be all I could be. Since the Lord became the root that grounds my family tree. No longer in the darkness, I am thriving in the light. Learning how to lean on Him and fighting the good fight. To God be all the glory, let the sun not forget what He did, oh Lord, what He did. He forgave me of my sinful past, says go and sin no more. Set my feet on a righteous path that leads to heaven's shore. He showed me how the Christian life is life abundantly. When we stand upon His word, let Him daily live. Looking back, I'm still amazed at what He did so I could live. But He did, oh Lord, yes He did. from my sinful past says go and sin no more. Set my feet on a righteous path that leads to heaven's shore. He showed me how the Christian life is life abundantly. When we stand upon His word, let Him daily lead. Looking back, I'm still amazed at what He did so I could live. What He did, oh Lord, yes He did. Looking back, I'm still amazed at what He did so I could live. What He did, oh Lord, yes He did. Well, He did, oh Lord, yes He did.
Heaven's Country, take it for the top. That is the Positive Cowboy, Jim Sheldon. And if you've just tuned in, it's the Positive Cowboy, Jim Sheldon with Marty Smith here on Heaven's Country. And we told you, hey, if you have any questions, ask away. Here's a question for you.
All right.
This comes from Jantina in the Netherlands. And the question there is, what would be your Mount Rushmore favorite lineup if you could pick your influences?
Well, I would say the Cathedrals probably.
Oh, they were class.
And
Yeah.
out of them, probably Danny Funderburg. Because I idolized them. They came to our church where Jeanette was married in Virginia. I didn't meet him because the group had already changed to Scott and Ernie then.
Yeah.
Well, and then when I went to the school, singing school first time in Virginia, they were in Kentucky. I had Danny Funderburg as my voice teacher. I had met him one year at the convention in Louisville when the quartet went out there. He was such a real personal guy. He could just flat sing, no gyration, no craziness on stage. Just a fine man, and sang hard, and taught me how to fine-tune myself. I'm just so real, and that was a great influence, encouraging, not trying to change me to be like him or certain thing. He heard what I had and just encouraged that way. And then I would say probably Charles Novell, who owned the school, and his son Rob was not runner, were very influential. They did some of my earliest recordings as Southern Gospel, and they helped me through the country gospel stuff. And they've always been there for advice, encouragement, inspiration, things like that. And now I'm getting there to share my stuff with people through the school, And then I would probably say country gospel probably stuff would be actually Ricky Van Shelton got me into the country gospel because I was doing country. I went from a church music guy to not doing any of that, to singing country music just to get my pain out. And in the church, and now I was trying to find, okay, now what do I do with this? And I found that first album. I found a gospel album of Ricky Van Shelton, some of my earliest songs. I cried my last tear for you. What's it called? I Saw a Man. I Saw a Man.
I love
was on
that song.
That was a good,
Great
big hit
song.
for me.
Yeah.
Early
Oh, yeah.
country gospel, and because it was just me. It fit me. And so all of a sudden, here I was now finding my voice in it,
Wow.
And then Donnie Sumner. I did my first country gospel album with him. I stepped away from quartets, trying to realize I've come where I need to be. Now I need to find out where this path country gospel is.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, I'd met him already. He recorded the album, the quartet I was with. And, to sit here and have a guy who literally was on the stage with Elvis, who did Elvis sound.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm in his studio doing there in Hendersonville, Tennessee,
Pretty humbling when you think about it. Yeah.
And so that was a big encouragement there, and I would say right now probably my my producer, Mark Fain, who's played for everybody, and he's produced all the current stuff I have, and then we have Steve, and these guys have lived it. They recorded all these big guys, and so, all your experiences are in you. So when I come in the studio, I've got all that to work with in me, and
It's a lot of
and
talent,
they help
man.
me to. I found my voice, but to stay with where I am,
Mm-hmm.
that's uses all that it's capable of, without trying be somebody else.
Yeah.
I would say those people probably the most influence to where I am now.
Good deal. Linda says hi. Linda Lou. She says she met you in Columbia, Tennessee. And so a shout out from Linda.
Hello,
Saying hi
Linda.
to you there. So
Columbia,
that's cool.
Tennessee. Yes. I have to remember. Sorry. I've slept a few times since then.
Well, you've got a lot of stuff happening this year. We're excited. We're wanting to see you out there in different places, and we're working on getting a tour for you for heading out toward the West Coast and doing that. Couple of things already, and you guys might want to mark your calendars for this. The Texoma Gathering in Gainesville, Texas. That's going to be April the 11th, and you're going to be there.
Yes.
And going to be able to sing there. Now, that's always a fun time.
It is, because you'll have probably 30 different artists in that one day doing usually like a early day and then an evening and a nighttime singing, and everybody just gets up there one or two songs, and it's just a time where all us artists come together and share and encourage one another and share that with people who come in to be with us.
Yeah, and it's just a fun time. So, and then, of course, July. This year is the 70th anniversary of the International Country Gospel Music Association's big event.
Yes.
70 years.
That is my favorite. I really do, because Dan and his wife Marilyn and their church has really embraced it. It made it to me when I go as an artist. My heart is first for ministry. That's where I began.
Mm-hmm.
And the artistry is what God's given me to do it with. And they have built the atmosphere that allows all artists, new, old, country, Southern gospel, to come and just share who they are on stage. And they built a great rapport with the city, town there.
Yes, he has.
People support it. And all the businesses, because we go there, we have hotels there, we have meals there, and so the hardest thing of an event is to get people there, and Dan's done a great job. They got a great facility, plenty of parking, plenty of place, great place to have it, and so it's been my favorite event to go to. I've been going there probably. When I first had my RV, I had that in 2014. So probably 10 years now I've been going.
Wow. I remember that RV.
Yeah.
So a lot of you don't know this. When Jim and I first met, it was in Colorado Springs. I had this tiny little studio. It was like a closet,
Yeah.
if you remember.
I do. I had a hard time finding it.
Yeah, I know.
And I saw this thing say, "Mop, open the door." There's Marty standing in the mop room.
In the mop room, yeah. And so he had this small van that he had, and he was traveling across the country. And it's like, I can hang out my clothes. I can sleep here if I need to. It's great. I got everything I need. And I'm like, well, that's really cool. And then he graduates to the RV, and then you graduate to the bus. And so
Yes.
God's really blessed you.
Well, yeah, I've just tried to keep it as controlled on what I spend to do.
Yeah.
And God's blessed it.
He has. He has. And so you got those two events, November the 6th. I really want you guys to, and I encourage you to go to West Dawson, Kentucky, or Dawson Springs, Kentucky, and come out there November the 6th. You will see Jim in concert. If you're familiar with ICANN, Mike Holmes is part of that, and you'll be singing at that event. That's the night for Christian country music.
Then we have an ICANN event in the spring that will be at the same place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dawson Springs, Kentucky.
It'll be there 2 days, and then it's at a church, I think, on Sunday. Seems like what it is. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He set up a really nice place there.
An old warehouse.
Yeah.
He built a nice western town set in it, and it's a marvelous place for singing and so. He has a real truck wagon who prepares the meals and everybody.
It's really
neat.
cool.
Really is.
Yeah, I was impressed because you mentioned the old western town. He's got the jail, he's got the courthouse, he's got the bank. He set it all up. I mean, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
And then he's got the stage for you to sing on there.
Oh yeah, he does.
He's done a great job with it. So that's what's happening there. And then there'll be other things that we want you to be aware of, which we'll be telling you more. I do have another question here. The question is this: if you could sit with one artist, or what would be that conversation? Would it be about music, songwriting, performing? What would that conversation sound like?
Well, I can say this: my all-power favorite when I was doing country was Ricky Van Shelton. And at the time, and and in country music, I mean, when he was happening, country music was big. It had all these big artists, and it's going strong. And yet he kind of stood out. But I've been reading stuff. He wasn't trying to stand out. It's just that he had the voice.
Oh, he was so good.
And his whole demeanor was so simple, clean. I got to see him at George Mason University in Northern Virginia. And he just walked out in jeans and a white shirt and a hat and guitar and sang, and great songs, original stuff. He just had a charisma, but yet he was so personable. And then, of course, there were some things that happened. I still have no idea that where he must have said something, whatever, which I don't know. I don't get into that. That's
not
not
sure what happened there.
But if you look in his catalog of songs, I mean, 10 number one hits. Every song he put out was fresh and new. To take a song that other artists had done, Statue of Fool, all the things. I mean, just make it his own.
And very good. Very good.
And just no effort at all. I would ask him, my first question, why'd you quit? But, I guess things happen,
Yeah, some things we don't understand.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of, but I think also you have seasons of things. And
true.
And he was busy for the 10 years he wanted to be home. And that's understandable.
Very understandable. I'll tell you what, we're gonna. You've got the Project Gloves.
Yes. And
if we did play, yes, you did. I want to play this song "Father for the Fatherless." I believe is that your current single out there right now?
It's actually. In fact, it just kind of finished in January. It was 5. I think it was 5. It was number 3 on one of them. And 5 on 2 in January.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, and in fact, it just did drop off. So, and
good job.
Yeah, and that's about as personal song as you can get. And that song really kind of speaks to how I became God's glove, the shape of my life as God put me through, and really what my focus this year. I think I'm titling my tour kind of being desperation to restoration,
I like that.
Because where I was, I mean, all I knew was church music. Also, I'm divorced and, can't do that anymore. And if that's all you know, what do you do? And so here I am, 3+ years since then now from all that.
And things have changed so much because remember back then, if you went through a divorce, their first words were, "Well, you can't be effective anymore in ministry because you're divorced."
I was told. I was told at the about this leadership in Richmond, Virginia, because of what happened with Jim Baker and Jim Swagger. Churches not wanting to bring trouble in church will just pass you over.
Mm-hmm.
Just go find something else to do. You won't be able to make a living.
Oh yeah, they'll show you the way out and push you through the doorway.
And Satan made that door kind of closed. So,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, God knew all along. You know,
He did.
and so that's what I want to share. And while we're talking here, we have a whole year ahead of us. If you have a church, a venue that you would like to come, you're speaking to the one who makes the decisions. If you want Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy there, all I need is a date and time and
We'll
a place.
make it happen. Yeah.
My bus can get anywhere on the continent of the United States, and we'll go where we want. So if you have an event, contact us, Marty, myself, whatever, and we'll add you to the schedule.
Absolutely. In fact, I see Carol Barham here, and I don't want to put you on the spot. It may sound like I am, so forgive me, but it would be great to have you and Jim do a service together.
We would love to.
Maybe we can come down to your church and do that.
So sure. We'd love to.
Yeah, email me or Jim, and let's get set up. Let's get into music here. Father for the Fatherless. This is off the Gloves project here, and we played this before. And great stuff on this song. 15 great hits on this project called Gloves. But here he is with a song called Father for the Fatherless on Heaven's Country. It's the Positive Cowboy Jim Sheldon with Marty Smith here on Heaven's Country. Take it from the top.
When I was only 2 years old, it all fell apart. Crescent City, New Orleans, off to a rocky start. Mama got remarried, I was just a boy. My stepdad was a decent man, but his heart belonged to oil. It only took a little while for the fighting to begin. Mama turned to being mean, he turned to drink. Couldn't focus on anything, dreamed away the days. Only thoughts that I had was just to get away. It took a while, I must confess, to lose all of my lonesomeness, to find out how much I was blessed with the Father for the fatherless. Ain't no one can understand the troubles that you have, trying to become a man when you don't have a dad. Out of my 3 fathers, only one I could count on. That was my grandfather, but soon he too was gone. I swallowed all my anger, it ate me up inside. There's only so much loathing one man can hide. One day when I saw the light, it all changed for me. When God sent into the arms of a brand new family. It took a while, I must path I walk, I know have a Father, solid as a rock.
Heaven's Country, take it from the top. The Positive Cowboy, Jim Sheldon, and Marty Smith here on Heaven's Country. Father for the Fatherless, great song, man. Great song.
Thank you, sir. I mean, that was a story I needed to share, and working with Mark Fain. He brought in Tom Jutes. He teaches songwriting at Belmont College there in Nashville, and I wanted it told as a good country song does, clear, simple, really my life. And I think people realize, our world and people have a way of pegging people into something that they can't get out of.
True. That's
my father, alcohol.
Very true.
The world assumed I would become. My sisters did, but I didn't. Because God saved me at that time when that was happening, so He caught me at the right time. But God knows our lives, knows what we're born into, and here I am. So God did have a plan. The plan is because I'm here. And
what's funny about that, you look back now and say, God had that plan, and here I am. I would venture to say that if He had showed you everything He had in store for you the moment you got saved, you probably would have said, I can't do that.
I said, Doctor, put me back in. Put me back in. I don't want to. Put me back in, please.
Yeah. Well, if you just joined us, it's the Positive Cowboy, Jim Sheldon, with Marty Smith here on Heaven's Country. We're just starting out the year, and we're always looking for places to go sing for Jim. And so if you have a church that you know of that would love to have him, call us, email me at heavenscountry@gmail.com. Get a hold of Jim at his website, and we'll get you in there. We'll go. I mean, whatever doors the Lord opens, we want to go through.
Yeah, my bus can get there.
Yeah, your bus can get there and get ready to go. And wouldn't it be great to be a part of that, to know that if somebody got saved at your church, that you got to be a part of that, and you got to be instrumental in leading them to Christ.
That's right.
You got a couple of live tunes you're going to do for us today?
Yes, many songs that I put out recently, and these are some songs on gloves that I'm considering. One of the things that were coming up, they're creating me a new YouTube page. Well, I'll be putting a whole bunch of live and different stuff out there where I don't necessarily release a song like to radio. I have one I will. But I may release songs that way in addition to that. Mm-hmm. And so just to get enough of my messages out that people who need them can connect, and that's what it's all about to me.
Absolutely.
And so there's a couple songs still that I wanted to put out, considering. The first one, Through the School, and when I was in gospel music, I got to meet Danny Funderburk and many of the singers of Perfect Heart. Jeff Stice with the piano. Yeah. Jeff Stice. I got Mike Presno, the bass singer, taught at the school. I got to meet, and this next song was written by Mark Lanier, who was their baritone, who wrote a lot of their big hits. And one school year, he sang this song, and I asked him if I could have it to sing, and so I did, because everything I try to do is about me. The term about gloves I learned is that I don't have to worry about what I can't do, because at our very best, without God, we fall short. We fail.
Very true.
And there's some people have enough talent they carry for a little bit. But to really make the real spiritual difference, you need God to have the power. And so this for the instant, it just let people know that, and I'm speaking from me, and then people can connect and realize it's the same for them. God doesn't respect who you are. He just wants to be a part of your life and to use us, and then we affect the circles that we're in that way.
I've heard it said before. He uses those that are willing. I mean, I love what I do in radio. I am not the greatest in this. I'm not even that great. I just have a good time. But I think the Lord has blessed so much is because I've been willing to go, and He's taught me so much along the way. And
Yeah.
your willingness to go around the country in your bus and share the gospel. I believe God's opening doors for you that probably would not have been open if you'd said, I ain't going. But you've been willing to go, and you said, Lord, whatever door you open, I'm going.
Yes.
And He's blessed with that. And I believe He's going to do more of that this year.
I think so too, because in the world, I think the world is more ready for a truth.
True.
And we
Very
if
true.
we just keep it simple, not about us, but about us and God. With God, God in us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we want people to see. That's really the message of the song. It's called Not What I Can Do, written by Mark Lanier. And this is on the Gloves CD as well. And this is a song, I'd like to know your opinion. If you like the song, if it was a song you think I should put out. And of course, it's a part of my program whenever I sing, wherever I go. So this song's called It's Not What I Can Do. And it just further speaks to the Gloves theme on this album. So we'll go with that.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
Nothing special, a shell of a man. When it comes to talent, I do the best I can. God, He's not looking for great ability. He wants someone willing to be all he can be. It's not what I can do, it's what He can do through me. Jesus is my answer for every victory. When I close my eyes in prayer, it's much easier to see. It's not what I can do, it's what He can do through me. Need recognition to stand upon a stage. No need awards presented, someone give me praise. It's not what I'm doing, what Calvary did for me. When you hear the song I'm singing, I hope your heart can see that it's not what I can do, it's what He can do through me. Jesus is my answer for every victory. When I close my eyes in prayer, it's much easier to see. It's not what I can do, it's what He can do to me. When I close my eyes in prayer, it's much easier to see. No, it's not what I can do, it's what He will do through me.
There you have it. Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy. It's not what I can do, it's what He can do through me. What a powerful message. On
Yes.
that. Wow. And
I mean, that's me.
yeah.
And it's funny how, God gives you what you need.
He does.
And I just think, people, there are a lot of groups who can do that. People don't want to be sung at. They want to hear good singing.
Yeah, they do. They
And
do.
funny, there's always been this little riff of people saying, we're not here to entertain. And I remember, I think Vesta Goodwin said one time when asked about that, she said, well, entertain means to hold attention. Why don't I want to hold attention with God's message? Who wants to listen to hear an unprepared, low-speaking preacher?
True.
Who's stammering or whatever.
Yeah.
But you want to hear someone who is speaking to you under God's unction, and you can sit there and see, yeah, that's what's that saying, kind of thing, in a real way. And so, you think of the great preachers. There's a lot of good ones, the ones that stand out, the ones, and like Billy Graham. He has, but his message was always the same simple message. Just as I am, just as I am.
Yep.
Come to Jesus, and he did it very well. And I think people need to more hear and see God working in someone's life as they're on a stage, realizing that. And it's funny. I used to worry that I wasn't in church serving like I was, and I got to help some kids and things like that. But actually, I've done more good, helped more people in what I'm doing now, because I'm no longer set on a pedestal like some people put their preacher or guys on a pedestal thinking they don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Now I'm seen as one of them who's gone through it. Now I'm on this side of those things, and God's working through me.
Well, and the gospel is simple. He just says, come to me. And Jesus Christ said it beautifully, no man comes to the Father but through me. That's why he died on the cross for us. If he didn't die on the cross for us, we'd have no hope. But then each of us know in our Christian walk that time when we were completely broken before God, where he took us, transformed us into something new. And I know from experience, we are where we are because of what he's done for us and what he's given us. And what a blessing that is. But we also know what we do is not about us. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about Jesus Christ. And when we put him first, he opens doors that you never thought possible.
Yeah, that's true. And as I've looked back on my life, I don't know if people have gone through studies called Experiencing the Will of God, Henry Blackaby.
Oh,
it's a 13-week book. And when I was getting ready to get married, I knew my life was a mess. I knew Scripture. I went to seminary. I knew, but sometimes you know the teaching, but you're not understanding yet. You don't have a grasp of it.
Trying to grasp it, yeah.
But then you have all the opinions that people around you have kind of given you, and you don't know what's true, what's not. How's it work for me, and like divorce, and so one of the things that I still do from that is an area called spiritual markers. He would tell you, go back through your life and see where God was working in your life at times. At first, it's the obvious, when you get saved, when your child was born, and you give your life to Christ, things like that. But then when you get really real yourself, because the booklet is not about all the right answers. It's like it's like God showing you in his eyes, and you start seeing. I saw the fact that my parents divorced when I was a year old. They moved to New Orleans. In New Orleans, I got to experience all of the religions of the world right there in that little soup bowl called New Orleans. I got to see all the lifestyles, good, bad, and everything in between. I got to see it all mixed there like you mix a big old pot of gumbo. You throw a little bit of everything in there, but it comes out good. But I got to see it all right. I didn't have to go all over the world. It was right there. It's still a Mouse, Mississippi. People have to come to New Orleans to get the rest of the country that way.
Yeah. And
so I had to see all that. Yet that's where I got saved, So I see God even work. He didn't cause the divorce, but the leading us back to New Orleans,
Yeah.
I know he saved me once from drowning. He saved me once from getting hit by a car. In fact, he felt my hand on the metal of the car, and I felt myself just picked up, and pulled back on
Wow.
the sidewalk when I was about 9 years old. So I wasn't saved there, but I can see God's hand there, And as you see, God's in everything you do.
He sure
He
is.
knew my life before I was born. And that's why I'm trying to get people to understand. He knows our life of what we're born into. Like one of the songs on here that I recorded was John Michael Montgomery, The Little Girl.
Oh, what a song.
That's a
Wow.
sad song.
Yeah.
But I can address, my parents didn't kill themselves.
Mhm.
But my father was an alcoholic. And there was some really, there was a one incident I will never forget. I thought my mom was going to stab my father. And they had an argument and stuff like that. And that it just scared the heck out of me. But, our home was destroyed. And so my heart goes out to this little girl. But in the story, I see just like me, God had a plan for that little girl's life in spite of what he knew she was born into.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't ask for it. God didn't force her there. There she was.
Yeah.
And the parents had already made their choices. And so God had a plan. And now she winds up in a family home where she knows Jesus and, things like that. So that's God working in people's lives all the time. So
very
whatever
true.
you're going through, God already knows it. If he already knows it, means he's already got an answer for it.
He does.
Just turn it to him.
Well, look at Jeremiah 1, verse 5, where he says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you.
Yes.
Before you were born, I set you apart." And he goes on to tell him, "I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." He knew. And, the same with you. At 9 years old, that car's coming. You thought you were going to die. But God's like, no, I've got plans for you.
Yeah. And so, it's not real. Sometimes we want to make it more complicated than it is.
We do. And I think that's our human nature. We get afraid of things. But if we go by the Word of God and see what it says, he knows you. He knew you before you were formed. He knows everything that's going to happen to you. He knows what's going to happen on your way home.
Yeah.
He knows what's going to happen tonight at dinner, tomorrow, 6 months from now. He knows because God's all-knowing. But he's also got a plan for you. God's not going to throw us out in the wilderness and go, okay, good luck.
No.
He equips us. He gives us the tools and says, okay. But in our Christian walk, there's always that, I guess the word training that I'll use, that training that we go through, preparation, and then you look back and say, you know what, Lord, all this time you've been prepping me for this. I had no idea. And all those trials that I was going through and those troubles I was going through, you had this plan in mind. And now look where you've brought me.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
amazing.
I think it's just that when you realize that, you read the Bible, those stories really happened way back then.
They did, yeah.
But they stand as an example to us so that it can happen for us.
Absolutely
I wasn't
true.
foretold like Moses was, but look at Moses' life.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know what he was supposed to be until he met God at a burning bush.
Yeah. Had
You
no
know,
clue.
all he knew was but all along God had that plan in his life. I wasn't Moses, but God saw my life. He sees the end from the beginning, so he knows what's happening, what he wants to try to accomplish in that life,
Incredible. Just amazing.
And so if we can make it that real, then we can accept what's going through, the fact that whatever the worst we've gone through, if we're here, that's behind us now.
It is behind
and
us.
we're here because of his grace.
True, very true. And when you look at that, remember this: God is not a God of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy is, and he will do whatever he can to confuse you and try to get you to give up. But God's saying, just trust in me. I know right now it's tough. I know right now you have a lot of questions. But before I formed you in the womb, I knew you.
Yes.
Trust me on this.
Yes.
And sometimes in our Christian walk, that's tough because we don't actually physically see it. And so our human nature is, I don't trust what I can't see. But that's the beauty of faith. We have to go by faith and say, all right, Lord, you said you're going to get me through this. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to lean on you. And I'm going to wait for you, because if I do it on my own strength, I am going to mess that up.
But it's something you got to practice.
It is. It's, faith is like a muscle. You're right. And you have to practice that.
Here's a simple thing. Anybody who walks into a place to have dinner, right? They bring you a seat. You sit down. You didn't look under the seat, shake it, make sure it's going to hold you, did you? You just sat down.
Yeah.
That's the same kind of faith we need to have in sitting in God.
Mm.
Why do we trust that chair without inspecting it?
Yeah.
We didn't. First time I've seen that chair, but I'm just going to sit and eat, right? If we can't see God, if we can just sit down in Him, be in Him, it's that simple, really.
You're right.
And takes as much faith to sit down like I did in this chair, And so that's just as simple as it needs to be, I think.
Very much so. True. So, hey, man, if you're struggling with that, remember that. And what a good analogy. I mean, you go start your car, you know it's going to start. You go sit in a chair you've never seen before. But I would encourage you as believers, trust Him. He's not going to let you down.
Yeah.
He's not. So, you got another song for us?
Yes.
Because I'm loving the music.
Thank you. This next one, the guy who wrote Sin is Colorblind, Larry Dunlap, simply this song. And to me, all of my songs were to minister, but they must first minister to me. And I have some songs that are really meant for my personal need, and I know I need it. But I've learned that my life is such that there's other people out there who have that same need. I used to think, why would I share my burdens with other people? They got their own. But, and it showed well when I put my first couple of positive moments out on Facebook. I'd get 3,000 people logging in on those things, on the things I'm just sharing my story.
Oh, yeah.
That means they're connecting to whatever's in their life. And it's the best thing. So this song is called God's Love Will Never Die. It's talking about God's never changing love. God never changes, And in a world that things are constantly changing, people talk about you have to accept change. Well, God never changes.
He never does.
He's the same. We change to Him. Once we're in Him, He brings us then along, So if He's never changing, we just need to get with Him, Because still, even though life has changed, the sin committed by people 100 years ago, the same sin committed today.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different things in our hands to do it with, but sin is still sin.
Still sin.
Change, So this would be an encouraging song. It's a song that maybe I like to put out, and if not on the radio, but through the YouTube channel. But if you like this song, let me know. If the mountains turn to canyon, oceans turn to dust, stars stop hanging in the midnight sky, though rainbows lose their color, diamonds turn to rust, God's love for me will never die. This old world keeps turning, nothing stays the same. One day I know that I'll lay down my life. I'll be with Him when I'm gone, so write it on my cold tombstone. God's love for me will never die. Now my old friends may desert me, their warm hearts turn to stone. The ones I love the best may make me cry. There's one thing that's for certain, I can always count upon. God's love for me will never die. This old world keeps turning, nothing stays the same. One day I know that I'll lay down my life. I'll be with him when I'm gone, so write it on my cold tombstone. God's love for me will never die. This old world keeps turning, nothing stays the same. One day I know that I'll lay down my life. Yes, I'll be with him when I'm gone, so write it on my cold tombstone. God's love for me will never die. God's love for me will never die.
That's Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy. God's love for me will never die. And you can find out more about him. It's cut number 3 off of the Gloves Project. Let me get over there to the right camera. But great song. And so this is a chance for you to get involved here and say, hey, I really like that song. Could that be his next radio release? Well, that's something that he's hoping you'll help him out with there. Help me out. Pick the song.
Hey, you play the songs, right? And if the listeners don't like it, you're not going to play it, right?
Exactly.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
So, and so
that's true. I mean, yeah. I don't think you realize how important you guys are. So
yes,
let us know.
You are.
And again, if you don't have the Gloves Project, you need to go to his website, JimSheldonMusic.com, and get this project. 15 great tunes on here, and I think you're going to love it. You got to add this to your collection. So, looking forward to this year, Jim. You've got a few things already started, but yeah, man, we'd love to see you busier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, it's funny. This is a personal time. One of the songs, if you have it, that if you look at the album, it's all gospel. But there's one song. Well, the little girl, when I told people about recording, they said, "Why would you just record that?" I said, "Because I lived it. My parents didn't kill each other, but almost came to it. And alcohol destroyed our home, buried my dad and my sister because of it. So, yeah, it did a lot of harm. And so I was in that little boy, girl's home kind of thing, and I wasn't saved yet, but God was there with me as she shares he was there with her, though she didn't know him yet. And so that's God working people's lives. And I think you know the song.
Yeah, I'm looking forward right now. I've got
this one. I've ever watched. There's a movie out by Randy Travis as called Black Dog. In that movie, the character played by Patrick Tracy, truck driver who had been in jail for 2 years for vehicle manslaughter, had gotten out, working a hard job, trying to raise his family, get back to life. And some bad guys get him hooked into driving some weapons down, and the whole story, he's worried about losing his home now and what he's built up again. Randy Travis is in there. He's a songwriter writing this song throughout that story. And it hit me right away. You know, a lot of things God tells us we're to be aware of what we're doing at all times. And a lot of time we're not paying attention. We'll all of a sudden get if you're going down a road, you take a road, all of a sudden, man, you're about to hit something,
True.
Let's sing with
Yeah.
life, And so I put in the album, things that touched me, reminded me of my childhood, the little girl, other things like that, Father for the Fathers, and then the song, My Greatest Fear. That really is a song of accountability to myself, realizing when my divorce happened, I lost my family, I lost a home, I lost a career, but God still had me.
Yeah.
I was still saved. I was miserable, needed to find my way, but I lost the things that I loved, things that were important in my life. And so God has replaced that. Even a stronger wife in 33 and a half years now, and we've helped each other through our families, our kids, and things like that. God saved our kids through our home and things like that. And so I know even now that I can't lose my salvation, but if I don't pay attention and appreciate what I have now, I could lose it. So the greatest fear wasn't losing my salvation, it losing that love support of that partner, God, that helpmate God wants us to have.
Yeah.
You do what you do because you got some great wife supporting you.
I'm very blessed.
And I've known some great pastors who had great wives who they weren't in the pulpit, but you can tell they were like that, the backbone of him, And so it's very important.
It
and
is.
sometimes we mess up. We don't get that right selection, but God can repair things. I think when people thought I'm divorced, no good, you're going to do it, God can't use you. For her, I'm 33 and a half years where God still had a plan. He was just waiting for me to get where I would recognize my need and depend on him solely. Sometimes,
Yeah.
And so
true.
I had to surrender. So I want you to play a song. And remember, this is all you who minister. I go and travel. I'm not doing live music, but I'm in country music, but I'm singing. I'm gone. We were gone, 38 days last August.
And what a trip.
But I talked to my wife regularly. I kept that home stroke. When I came home, she's home. We're dealing with things, so I didn't live that in that way. And so this song is about me being accountability. We have to do things to self-check ourselves,
We do.
God puts the Holy Spirit in us, but I think if we're adults, we should be able to check ourselves knowing God is there. And
Very
be
true.
content in what we have and be able to let that be our anchor.
Well, let's take a listen to the song. It's called My Greatest Fear, and he does a great job on this. Take a listen to this, to the words of this. I know you're going to love it. It's Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy, with My Greatest Fear on Heaven's Country. Take it from the top.
Sometimes many miles may lay between us, only for the job I choose to do. One thought helps me through my darkest hours. Each mile draws me closer to you. Please believe you're all I ever wanted. If you should leave, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be like a child afraid of darkness. The greatest fear I have is losing you. Heaven knows I've always had these demons watching for a place to take control, whispering you'll never be there for me, waiting at the end of my road. Please believe you're all I ever wanted. If you should leave, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be like a child afraid of darkness. The Greatest fear I have is losing you. Alone I wander through this world, no meaning in my life. Then I found you, finally saw the light. Please believe you're all I ever wanted. If you should leave, I don't know what I'd do. I've been like a child afraid of darkness. Greatest fear I have is losing you. The greatest fear I have to lose.
That's off the soundtrack Black Dog, but you did a great job on this, and it's called My Greatest Fear. So, yeah, I love that song. What a great song here.
Thank you. Like I said, that, and what's funny, that song was never released separate from the movie. I was surprising, but
I was surprised
But there's,
too.
a lot of times there's songs that are written just for that movie and things like that. But it just spoke to me, and I just, like I said, it spoke to me about taking care of my home. God's taking care of me, but He'd give me a home, and He expected me to be the leader, the spiritual leader, and the faithful husband and things like that. So I've got to do things on my part to do that.
True. Very true. You've got another one here that we're going to play here in just a bit off your Gloves project. It's cut number 10. And for those of you that are just tuned in, it's the Positive Cowboy Jim Sheldon with Marty Smith in Heaven's Country. This is the Project Gloves. And 15 great hits on here. My Greatest Fear, you just heard. It's on there. But this one, as long as you can remember, I cried when I first heard it. I'll be honest with you, because at the very end, I can feel the emotion. I
wrote that song from, my mom passed away 6 years April from her Alzheimer's. It was a troubling time for me. Being a mama's boy, I had to do things behind her back and things. And I had to struggle.
That was tough.
And class, they did things to help encourage, to prepare us for how to handle mom and how to speak differently and think differently. And then, but mom was saved. She got back in church because of my influence, and she was smiling at last time. And I know there's a lot of people going through that. My goal is to find as many of these memory care units and give it to them to use in a packet that like they gave us to prepare us for handling mom. And I thought the video. We did that in Gallatin at the veranda with actual folks there, just to give the personality. These are people who a lot of times are forgotten. A lot of times family members have a hard time seeing their loved one that way, so they can't go because they're always crying, which is not good for them. And so God has a plan for everybody, and every life is important. I used to go and sing at the place for mom, these people who couldn't have memory, but I could see the spirit lighten up as I shared God and shared one song, from the songs. They would sing along with me, even in songs. The second chorus, they're clapping on time and things like that. And so to be able to do that with mom at the place gave me a better visit, a good peaceful minute. She sit there proud and point and say, "That's my son singing," and things like that, and gave me peace to help mama go peaceably. She would have had a hard time with it and probably died sooner, but and so if you have a loved one, a nursing home or memory care, I'm looking for places put a video. We're releasing it probably next month whenever it's ready on YouTube and other places. but I'm going to put it on a thumb drive and give it to places where they can put it in the Packlet. So as they read, they can watch and hopefully be encouraged. It's a bad time, but I try to do it a way that I was honoring my mom. I was thankful to be in it with her. Again, a lot of family members there. There were probably half the people there that had no loved one could come see because it just couldn't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to be that person for them and to encourage it in that. And it's called As Long As You Remember. And, for you starting out, just love your mama, pray for them, go be with them as much as you can, and realize their life is still significant to God, And so it's a tough time, but that's what part of life is. And to God, all the life God allowed me to have, Mom and I was just she and I for a while, and then I got to have her with me toward the end. So God's plan was still happening. Yeah. And if you can connect that way, have that peace. Oh, and especially if your loved one's saved. That's why it's important too. Yeah. Get your loved ones saved while they're still able. We were smart. When she was still able, she gave us power of attorney. And that helped us when she couldn't to do the things we had to do for the
that's smart. That preparation,
guardianship,
smart thinking.
Yeah, because that's hard. We had to do things she wouldn't have agreed about.
Yeah, I know. But you were smart to think ahead and do it that way.
We had to do that, but
some people don't think that way.
But like I said, this is really just my life, and I'm just sharing my experience with it, and hopefully it'll encourage you as you deal with your family member. As we live longer, I guess more and more people will get there, but spending time with your family love sometimes can help keep it from getting there. A lot of times families get left behind. They have no jobs there. Their mind's not challenged anymore. They have no reason to get up and go, and so these things happen.
Very true. It's Off the Gloves Project here. Let me zoom in for you here so you can see it. Gloves by Jim Sheldon. The song is called As Long As You Can Remember on Heaven's Country. Take it from the top.
You always took good care of me, giving your best of your ability. You raised me up better than most. When it comes to memories, I've got lots of those. That's why it's so hard on me seeing you this way, sitting at this table with that blank look on your face. Lord only knows we don't get what we deserve. Regardless, I hope you know. Me and these words for as long as you can remember. Over time, oh how the table has turned. More grateful now for all I've learned. Things that you taught, I'm not teaching you. Return the favors is the most that I can do. It tears me up seeing you this way, sitting at this table with that blank look on your face. Lord only knows we don't get what we deserve. Regardless, I hope you know. Me and these words for as long as you can remember. Caring for you smile takes away the sting, showing that you're proud as I see. It's hard on me seeing you this way, sitting at this table with that blank look on your face. Lord only knows we don't get what we deserve. Regardless, I hope you picture me. For as long as you can, remember.
That's Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy. As long as you can remember. That last line gets me every time. I just, oh man, because I remember my last moments with my mom before she went. And then you think, like you said, those with Alzheimer's, sometimes for family members, it's tough for them to see their loved ones that way, and it's hard to handle it. So, but anyway, Jim Sheldon once again for As Long As You Can Remember here on the Heavens Country Radio Network. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Jim, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for being here, Marty. It's a wonderful time to be with you. And thanks for the hour. Folks, you will tell your friends and family. We'll be doing this once a month for time, and hopefully we'll be adding things updated as we get scheduled, new things on, as people call in, give us places they want us to come, as the videos get done, other things. We'll make those announcements each month, and you got to spend, and then send in your questions, asking, find out. Because I always just want to be real. I want you to know who I am, where I'm from. I am of God. I'm a creature of God. You know, it's nothing about me. It's all about what He's at. What you're looking at is Jim Sheldon, Positive Cowboy. It's God's Spirit, I hope, that's coming through, and that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah, amen. And if your church or someone you know is looking for someone to come minister at their church, let us know. You can get them at jimsheldonmusic.com. You can email me at heavenscountry@gmail.com. We'd love to come out there and minister and worship together and just hear these great songs in person. It will bless you. It really will. I'm excited for this year and what's coming up for you, Jim. I really am.
I am too.
So, do you have another song for us before we sign off?
I'm going to sample up a brand new song that I co-wrote with James Payne. As I go through my life, I've got a lot of demons I deal with. I pray about, like the story with the little girl. I still have a hard time when I'm watching a film or movie or something, and there's a kid who's involved with parents or there's abuse or parents are having struggles, and the poor kid is sitting there thinking, what am I supposed to do with this? And my tears come down, and I feel the pain because I'm back where I was at the time in my life. And so, we all have, after 70 years, we have scars. And
we do.
I've learned that you're an EMT. When someone goes in with a cancer, doctor goes in, takes it out, and then eventually there's a scar left behind.
Yeah, that incision leaves that scar.
Well, let's think of the scars in our lives. The scar is there because doctor went in to take what was sick, what was bad out of the body so the body could continue, right? But there's a scar left there,
Yeah.
So the scar is reminding there was some there, but it's healed. That's in the past, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I learned how to tell my right from left from 3 stitches on my right hand. That scar, it long happened, but it's still there. But it reminds me, my hand's healed. I can still use it, and I learned how to tell my right from my left when I was 8 years old when it happened. So, good things happen, And so this song, we go through scars, and, Jesus Christ went to the cross. He suffered like no man has ever had. So he says he with his stripes, he identified with the pain and suffering that we have in this world. So he knows our pain. He knows it. He felt it, And so
Very
I
true.
think sometimes if we can look at scars as a good thing. And most of the time when we scar, when we sin, it's because we're making the wrong choices. And wrong choices can lead you wrong. There's a line I like here that talks about where sometimes, I heard it from a movie, The Equalizer.
Oh, yeah.
Where the guy is asking from his co-boss about he's not want to get back into the lifestyle he was in, but there's this girl he could help and change lives. And she says, sometimes we make the wrong choices to get to the right place. You can't know
Words
you
of wisdom.
need Jesus, so you know you're a sinner. You know you need that. Until you see your need, you don't want it. And so here's a song that I wrote. It still needs to be finished up soon, but I figure it's enough that hopefully somebody's been listening. When you listen to this every time, it's not about Jim Sheldon being somebody. It's about sharing who I am and God, what he's worked in my life. And so get your family and friends to listen in, because it's all about helping other people who are listening to get the healing maybe they don't have yet, or to see the things differently as I've experienced in my whole life, to realize we're all the same. We all go through the same stuff differently. They would say, there's one door to heaven, but we walk different paths to get to that door.
Yeah, true. Each one of us have his different path.
Yeah. And so here's a song. It's called Scars. I hope you enjoy it. It's one encouragement. You have scars. Those scars is where God went in and healed something in your life. So remember, it's in the past. Remember, it's healed. And one of the things I had to finally get healed was my own forgiveness of myself. And that has helped a lot. So look at your scars not as when you did wrong, how God, when he came in and made it right. So here's that song.
So many have walked down road you're walking on. The abuse of whiskey and that broken home. Decision that you made left you scared and alone, with rejection that make you feel like you don't belong. We've all got scars, even Jesus, for a price that he paid. So wrong choices will bring you to the right place. When he could heal your broken heart for mercy and grace, and his nail-scarred hands could wipe your tears away. Blame yourself till the guilt won't let go. Your thoughts are a prison surrounding your soul. You think life ain't worth living, no reason to go on. Just remember, this is one fact, that you're not alone. We've all got scars,
even Jesus, for the price that he paid. So wrong choices could bring you to the right place, where he could heal your broken heart with mercy and grace, and his nail-scarred hands could wipe your tears away. Yes, he can heal your broken heart with mercy and grace, and his nail-scarred hands can wipe your tears away.
That is a great song. Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy, once again. Now, guys, listen, if you want to get his project, you can do that. JimSheldonMusic.com and get the Glove CD. And you can also find out more of his songs on there as well. There's the country crossover project that you have, that you've done.
Crossroads.
Crossroads. Yeah. And find all of his music there. Plus, be looking, because you'll be seeing dates that he'll be going to, and we'll have him in different places. We'd love for him to come out to your church to minister. So prayerfully consider that. And again, you can get in touch with him, JimSheldonMusic.com. Or if you want, email me, heavenscountry@gmail.com. And like he said, he's got the bus. He'll go anywhere to spread the gospel. And we look forward to it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks. Again, God bless you. And hope you're encouraged by this. And God will speak to you. Get your fans and friends to tune in with you sometimes so they can, again, it's not about me. I'm not preaching. I'm just talking about my real life and how God has been in it. And he's helped me with the mistakes and the scars and all the difficulties and the things. But God never changes. God's the same as he was to Peter as he is to me today and you today. And so you can depend on him. I got 72 years of life to prove it. And so every day I see life, God proves who he is again. And so I hope that's what you get from this time with Marty and I. And whether we're in there or at your place, this is what I bring. This is who comes to your church. It's someone who loves Jesus, who has walked, who stumbled, had fallen, and now I'm God's glove because his hand is in me. And whatever he wants to get done and whatever service I'm in, he does it through me. So God bless you. And thank you, Marty, for letting me do this. And
oh, yeah. Thanks for being here.
Look forward to do it next time. Tune in and keep watching, and we'll give you updates as we get there.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll have another one next month. We'll let you know what it is, but be looking for that podcast. The Positive Cowboy, Jim Sheldon, with Marty Smith on Heaven's Country, and we can't wait to do another one. And if you have any questions, write them down for the next episode. We'll look forward to that. God bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Jim, thanks for being here.
Thank you,
and
Marty.
Thanks for doing this with me.
This is fun.
I always love coming on the air with you.
I love you too.
It's just great, man. I just love it. So God bless you. Guys, once again, remember, the Positive Cowboy, Jim Sheldon, with Marty Smith on Heaven's Country. We'll do a podcast once a month, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time here on Heaven's Country. Take it.